Welcome to my pub.
I love the banter, I love the people that are in kitchens, I love the way that they work, I love the energy, I love the noise.
This is the coach. So as you come in, down here is the bar, an open kitchen.
Behind you. 2 burger, 1 chip, sorry, please.
Yes, chef.
Pubs have been my life for over 20 years.
2 set chips crispy, please.
Join me behind the scenes of this one to meet the team who've made it a Michelin-starred success.
Any closer, we'll put a chef's jacket on you and an apron.
And to share our secrets for cooking and serving exceptional food.
If you're in a kitchen, it does feel like you're in this secret sect of people that just know something different to everybody else.
And for the first time, I'm gonna open the doors to my test kitchen, where I'll create classic pub-style dishes you can cook at home.
Oh, look at that!
This time,
It has such beauty and elegance.
it's all in the presentation, with the secrets of one of the pub's most popular starters, duck liver parfait.
You can see it's creamy, shiny, smooth.
I show you a simple but elegant version you can cook at home,
That is beautiful.
plus an eye-catching cod main course,
It looks like a mixture of chopped up grass and rubies.
and a gorgeous and delicious chocolate mousse.
Even half eaten, it looks brilliant.
They say you eat with your eyes. Well, that's rubbish. Because the most important thing for food coming out of this kitchen is flavour.
The smell, freshly grated citrus on it, it's amazing.
That said, I do want everything my kitchen team creates in here to look beautiful.
And that's it, look at that.
Standing at the pass means either myself or head chef Sarah see every dish that goes out to our guests.
Simple, clean, beautiful. 3 different colours there, look, and the quite dramatic little black bowls. They're ready to go.
Service 22, please.
But we're a pub. We don't put too much on the plate or over garnish. We want our food to speak for itself.
Sometimes it's about simplicity and maybe 1 or 2 things on a plate, or sometimes it's about being creative and adding sauces that you pour at the table, or just allowing something cooked on the rotisserie that the guest might see it being roasted there. So it's about that particular ingredient being allowed to sing for itself, look appetising, and make sure that you as the guest go, oh, I want to eat that, I can't wait to get into that.
And we've worked hard on the presentation of this dish. One of our most popular starters. Duck liver parfait with fig and cherry chutney and toasted brioche.
And this is a recipe that we've been messing around with that actually has taken years to kind of perfect. Technique that goes into it gives you this wonderful end result, and it has such beauty and elegance in its simplicity when it's served.
Creating the perfect marriage of flavour and texture takes time and skill. Starting with the cooking process.
So Adam has cooked in a water bath, egg yolks and the duck livers, and they've also had the onions and the garlic in them. We want those duck livers to be cooked, but still remain that lovely kind of pink colour. Then it gets blended with red wine, pork, raw garlic. It also has gelatin that then goes into it. Very important, soup bowls sit on top of a blender because we've lost the plastic bit. So that parfait recipe, where you normally have eggs, livers, butter, all kind of blended together and then cooked in a bain-marie, which is one of those old school classics. This is a version that works really nicely because it's going to get frozen, and then 24 hours later, it can get churned pretty much to order. And by churned, I mean blended. So here, in a big bowl, we've got softened butter. That parsed liver mix then gets whisked into the butter. We're gonna make sure it's super smooth. It's got to be luxurious. It's got to taste really decadent, creamy and rich. So butter is in there for that. Red wine, pork, garlic, onions, I said onions twice. Did I say onions twice?
Oh, no, chef.
Do you want me to do that, chef, whilst you blend the others?
Yes, please. Okay, chef. Thank you.
Kind of gets all emulsified and mixed together.
How long did it take to develop this?
Well, the first recipe started off like a standard old-school parfait that I used to make when I was 18, and then having to go at freezing it and blending it. It would never work, and it was always split. It took me about 18 months to 2 years to get the recipe right.
Cooking, blending, freezing, then churning. This is definitely a dish where we have to plan ahead.
You cannot run out of it at lunchtime and think, I better make some more for this evening. You've got to order the livers tonight so that the butcher brings them in tomorrow. Then you've got to cook them. Then you have to freeze it. So you're at minimum, if you run out of this, it's 2 days before you've got it on again. I know right now it looks like a slightly liquidy, browny, pinky custard, and you don't necessarily go, oh, yeah, that looks amazing. Just wait.
Later, I'll show you how good it looks when it's plated up. And I'm going to show you a parfait you can cook at home. But first, I'm heading for my test kitchen to create a fish dish that looks as good as it tastes.
I'm going to show you how to make a lovely looking main course, all about the flavours, but also about the colours.
This is my cod with roasted chili butter, served with tomatoes and potatoes. And I'm kicking off by making that flavoured butter.
First thing to do is get the chili peppers on the heat and blacken those skins.
How would you do something like this in the pub, then?
Use a heavy-duty, hardcore plumber's blowtorch. You end up with a softened and roasted chili. That kind of slightly charred and barbecued flavour that you get just gives an added extra dimension of warmth. It's an ingredient that's been cared for rather than full-on assault mode.
And there's a pub trick to getting the chili skins off. Wrap them in cling film and let them cool. Pop them in a bowl of water and the skins will slide off easy. Slice open, scrape out the seeds and dice.
I've got here softened butter, and into this I'm going to add half a teaspoon of Espelette pepper, which is kind of like a roasted chili pepper, but it's got a lovely fragrance to it. If you haven't got Espelette pepper, a little pinch of chili powder, a bit of cayenne maybe, some paprika, those kind of like warming spice mixes, they're really, really nice.
Add salt, chopped flat leaf parsley, then the diced roasted chilies.
Get your roll of cling film, place your butter into the middle, roll it into a sausage, pull one end tight like that, and the same at the other end. Pull it out, and then twist. And that holds its shape. Now that butter can go in the fridge, harden up till you need it, or even better still, if you're making a big batch of it for a restaurant, they stay in the freezer for ages. Baked cod is absolutely beautiful. It's a bit of a childhood throwback, you know, when you think of cod in parsley sauce and you get those big wedges of it. So if you can get a piece like this, skin off, it's a beautiful fillet.
I'm cooking the fish in individual dishes, but you could cook the whole lot in one big tray. Lightly crush pre-cooked new potatoes and pop 5 or 6 in the base of each dish.
Where did your love of pub food come from, Tom?
It helps me feel much more connected and grounded to where I come from, my background, who I am. So many chefs, I mean, on our days off, the last thing we want to do is dress up super smart and go and sit in a posh restaurant. Actually, most chefs on their days off, they're spent in the pub. Put our cherry tomatoes just to the side of the potatoes, and then on top of that, put a little slice of this butter. These go into the oven for their first cook.
10 minutes at 180 fan is all they need.
In the pub, you take these out and you leave them to one side, ready for when a check comes on. Check on, 2 cod. You then go, right. You put your piece of fish on top of the potatoes, then we'll put another slice of butter on top of the cod. But the beautiful thing about it is the butter will melt and create a bit of a butter sauce pool at the bottom.
The dishes go back into the oven for 10 to 12 minutes to cook the fish. Then they can go straight to the table.
The smell that's coming off those, amazing. It's so simple, but it looks so beautiful. I mean, it looks like a mixture of chopped up grass and rubies, doesn't it? Does it taste as good as it looks? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it tastes better. There's a piece of fish here for your tea if you want it later. Oh, nice one, Chef. Cheers.
And I've got more great looking and tasting dishes to show you. A make-at-home liver parfait and a luxurious chocolate mousse that's a feast for the eyes.
You know that's gonna be super decadent, super lovely.
In the pub, one of the most popular starters is our duck liver parfait with toasted brioche. We'll see just how good that looks at service, but in the meantime, here's a chicken liver parfait you can make at home.
The end result is amazing. You start off with these guys, chicken livers.
The livers have been soaked overnight in milk to mellow their flavour. Put butter and olive oil in a pan and fry the livers in batches till just browned.
Tom, what counts as offal?
Basically, it's the internal organs of animals, kidneys, livers, sweetbreads, brains, even lungs make an appearance in haggis. Sounds delicious, doesn't it? But actually used and used properly like this, it's brilliant.
Wipe out the pan and add bacon pieces, a diced shallot, garlic and thyme leaves.
Now, to just deglaze this pan, I'm gonna put a good splash of brandy in. Just cook out the flame.
Then add port and red wine and reduce to a glaze. Pour it over the livers and season.
So the livers and all of the reduction and all of the juices and the butter go into the blender jug. Lid goes on, and then gently start blending. And then once it feels like it's beginning to blend, you're gonna add knobs of cold butter. And it's a little bit like making a sauce when you've reduced red wine down or a beurre blanc. And it's called Monte au beurre. And you're just kind of folding in that butter.
When it's blended, add double cream. Then pass through a fine sieve so it's smooth and velvety.
Now, to cook the parfait, I have here a loaf tin that's lined with a couple of layers of cling film, OK? Pour your parfait mixture into your loaf tin. We'll just sit a little piece of baking parchment on top of the liver. Then fold the cling film over. Get yourself a piece of tin foil. Pop that on the top.
Put the loaf tin into a larger tin half filled with hot water, known as a bain-marie. Then pop in the oven at 100 degrees fan for 35 to 40 minutes. Once it's cooked, it goes into the fridge to set up for 24 hours.
A little secret in the pub kitchen is a nice heated knife for a perfect slice. You can see it's got that gorgeous, lovely pink colour all the way through it now.
To complement the rich parfait, I'm serving it with the sweetness and acidity of port and plum chutney and pickles, alongside toasted brioche.
So from a little pot of livers that didn't look so great at the beginning, with a bit of effort, bit of energy, you end up with something that looks this good. Chicken liver parfait, bit of pickle, some chutney. Velvety, rich, smooth.
That is beautiful.
And it's no wonder parfait is one of the pub's best-selling starters.
So the checks come on for the duck liver parfait. And basically, they've been blended and frozen for 24 hours, so it's rock solid. Richard took the frozen container, goes into the machine, presses go, and this blade comes down and cuts through them all, churns them, purees them, so smooth, so amazing. Then with a spoon, take what's called a rocher, and just drop it onto a plate. And you can do it almost portion by portion, so every time he gets one on order, you can churn it. Parfait. You can see it's creamy, shiny, smooth, seasoned up with a little bit of pepper mix, with chutney on the side. Nice little piece, toasted brioche over it. Spread it on that, job done. When it comes to the end of the meal, you want the perfect crescendo, but you also want it to look incredible. So this is a very simple and easy to make chocolate mousse, garnished up to look very, very pretty and appetizing. Start off by melting chocolate in a bowl that's set on a pan with some warm water in it. To that, I'm gonna add an espresso. An espresso. Oh, it's making the right noise. Look at that. So that smells amazing. Now, if you haven't got an espresso machine, it's no bother. You can make it with instant coffee, OK? Just quite strong and short.
When the chocolate's melted, add 2 egg yolks, stir, and take off the heat.
Is chocolate always a must on a pub menu?
Chocolates are always a must, I think, on every menu. The moment you start building your dessert menu, the first thing you've got to think of is chocolate. What's the chocolate pudding? Because it's a go-to for everybody.
The base of my mousse is Italian meringue. Put 115 grams of caster sugar in a pan with a splash of water and heat till it reaches 118 degrees. Whisk 5 egg whites till they form soft peaks and pour in the hot sugar syrup.
You just whisk now. And that hot sugar cooks the egg whites. We want to whisk this until it's cool, which should probably take around about 5 to 10 minutes. Gonna add the first bit of this meringue to the chocolate. And then with my whisk, break it up a little bit. Then we'll add the next bit of meringue. You just kind of fold it together. Swap it for a metal spoon, because the metal spoon folds, cuts, slices without beating all of the air out of the meringue. Just go careful not to spill chocolate mousse on your top.
Next in, lightly whipped double cream.
Just give it a tickle with the whisk. We're ready to put our mousses into bowls. And I need them to sit in the fridge for a minimum 3 hours, preferably overnight. For us, in the restaurant, it might be one of the first jobs that you do at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning is making chocolate mousse. So it works perfectly at home if you want to do it the day before for dinner parties. They're done, they sit in the fridge. But the next bit is garnishing them up, making them look super special.
I'm going to top the firm mousse with a spoon of soft cream. Whisk double cream with sugar and a splash of rum.
Next thing, coffee beans. Really strong and bitter. Pestle and mortar. Just give them a little bash.
Do you often like to mirror the ingredients in a dish with what you kind of garnish it with?
Yeah, I'm always thinking of where the flavour profiles have come. How do we then drive it? But it's a phrase that I use in my head loads. I talk to the chefs about it quite a lot. It's always about flavour plus. Make it properly punchy. Then how do we make those points of difference? It's little extra percentages that just drive that flavour profile.
And I'm pushing the chocolate flavour with 2 more garnishes.
Cocoa powder and dark chocolate. That's going to be for grating, that's going to be for dusting. It's time pretty much to plate them up. I'm just going to give them a good covering with this cocoa powder all over the top. And then some of this pillowy soft cream. I'm not looking for one of those perfect rochers. I'm just looking for a nice little soft pillow. Then it's the ground up coffee. And then lastly, some really good quality dark chocolate. Great, all over the top. And that is it. You know that's going to be super decadent, super lovely, but at the same point, very light. It looks so inviting. And not only does that taste incredible, it looks fantastic. Even half eaten, it looks brilliant.
We push for everything coming out of this kitchen to taste amazing. But of course, looking good always has to be part of the deal too. Bon appetit.